Both fishermen sat by the same empty ocean, but one made money while the other starved. In a coastal village where fishing was the main income, two men cast their nets into the sea every morning. Both fished the same waters. Both had the same equipment. Both needed to feed their families. But when the fish stopped biting for 3 months, one fisherman thrived while the other nearly died. The difference wasn't luck. It was having a system that worked even when the market was silent. The first fisherman's name was Dowd. Dowd was good at his craft. When fish were plentiful, he could catch more than almost anyone. He'd wake up before dawn, cast his nets, pull them in full, and sell everything at the market by noon. On good days, Dowd made excellent money. He'd catch 50 fish and sell them all. His family ate well. He felt successful. But Dowd had one problem. His income depended entirely on catching fish. That day, if fish were biting, he made money. If they weren't, he made nothing. No fish meant no income. No income meant no food. For years, this worked fine. Fish were usually plentiful. Dowd caught them, sold them, lived well. He never thought about what would happen if the fish stopped coming. Then one season, the fish disappeared. Ocean temperatures changed. Migration patterns shifted. The fish that usually filled Dowd's nets were suddenly gone. Day after day, Dowd cast his nets and pulled them up empty. The first week, Dowd wasn't worried. The fish will come back, he thought. The second week, he started getting concerned. Still no fish. Still no income. His savings were running low. By the third week, Dowd was desperate. He had no fish to sell, no money coming in, no food for his family. He kept casting his nets every morning, hoping, praying that fish would appear. But they didn't. 3 months passed like this. Dowd sat by the ocean every day doing the same thing he'd always done. But without fish, it was useless. He had no backup plan, no other source of income, no system that worked when the market was silent. Dowd's family went hungry. He borrowed money from neighbors. He fell into debt, all because his entire livelihood depended on one thing: catching fish right now. And when that one thing disappeared, everything collapsed. The second fisherman's name was Hamza. Hamza also fished the same waters. When fish were plentiful, Hamza caught them just like Dowd. But Hamza thought differently about his business. Years ago, Hamza realized something important. Fish won't always be here. I need a system that makes money, even when I'm not catching anything. So Hamza built multiple income streams around fishing. When Hamza caught fish, he didn't just sell them fresh. He did 3 things. First, he sold some fresh at the market. Immediate income. Second, he dried and preserved some. These he could sell later when fresh fish were scarce and prices were higher. Third, he taught fishing skills to others for a fee. People paid him to learn his techniques. Hamza also invested some of his income into other fishermen. He'd loan them money to repair nets or buy equipment. They'd pay him back with interest. Now Hamza earned money, whether he personally caught fish or not. When the fish disappeared, Hamza wasn't worried. He stopped fishing temporarily since it was pointless. But his income didn't stop. He sold his preserved fish at much higher prices because no one else had fresh fish available. He taught more fishing classes because fishermen were desperate to learn better techniques. His loans kept generating payments from other fishermen. Hamza made more money during the 3 months without fish than Daud made in good months. Because Hamza's system didn't depend on fish being there right now. It worked in any condition. After 3 months, the fish finally returned. Both fishermen went back to the ocean. Daud was desperate, in debt, and broken. Hamza was relaxed, profitable, and secure. One evening, Daud approached Hamza and said, "I don't understand. We both fish the same waters. When the fish disappeared, why did you thrive while I nearly starved?" Hamza explained, "Because you only had one way to make money, catching fish. When that stopped working, you had nothing. You sat by an empty ocean waiting for it to give you income. I built a system with multiple parts: fresh fish sales, preserved fish sales, teaching income, investment income. When one part stopped, the others kept working. I didn't sit waiting for the market to save me. I had systems that worked no matter what the market did." Here's the truth about business that destroys most people. If your income depends on one thing working right now, you're not building a business. You're gambling on conditions staying favorable forever. And conditions never stay favorable forever. Markets change. Demand shifts. Competition appears. Technology disrupts. Economies crash. The fish disappear. When that happens, businesses with only one income source die. Businesses with systems survive and thrive. Daud represents most entrepreneurs. They find one thing that works and do only that thing. One product, one service, one customer type, one sales method. When it works, they feel successful. When it stops working, they collapse. They have no backup systems, no multiple income streams, no diversification. They're entirely dependent on current conditions staying perfect. And perfect conditions never last. Hamza represents entrepreneurs who build real businesses. They create multiple ways to generate income from the same core activity. They build systems that work in different market conditions. When one revenue stream slows, others compensate. When demand shifts, they have options. They're not waiting for the market to give them income. They've built machines that extract income from multiple sources. Think about your own business or career. Do you have one way to make money or multiple ways? If your main source disappeared tomorrow, could you survive? Most people couldn't. They'd be like dogs sitting by an empty ocean hoping fish magically appear. No plan, no backup, no system. Successful people build systems with multiple income streams. They don't depend on one thing working perfectly. They create redundancy, diversification, options. That's not complicated if you're a freelancer. Don't just do client work. Create products, build courses, offer coaching, generate passive income. If one dries up, others keep flowing. If you run a business, don't just have one product. Create multiple offerings at different price points. Serve different customer segments. Build recurring revenue alongside one-time sales. The goal is to build a system where your income doesn't depend on perfect conditions, where you can profit even when the market is silent, where you're never sitting by an empty ocean praying for fish. Dodge sat waiting for 3 months and almost died. Hamza built systems and thrived during the same 3 months. Same ocean, different approaches. One depended on conditions. One created systems that worked regardless of conditions. One starved. One prospered. Stop depending on perfect markets. Start building systems that work in any market. Watch the next one.